The keto diet. Ketogenic diet.
Keto.
Ketogenic diet.
Keto diet.
The keto.
Ketogenic diet.
Hi everyone, it's Dr. Dave, and welcome back to Dr. Dave's 411. If you were wondering what one of the most searched health-related terms on Google was in the last few years, then keto diet would probably be the answer. So what is the keto diet, and why is it so popular? First things first, let's review some basic nutrition. Macronutrients. Macronutrients are the main nutrients that make up the foods we eat, and there are three types. First, carbohydrates, also known as carbs. Second, proteins, and finally, fats. Typically, our body and brain will use carbohydrates as their primary fuel source. But if there is not enough carbohydrates to fuel our body, then the body uses fat as a backup energy source. The keto diet, by decreasing the intake of carbohydrates, is simply forcing our body to use fat instead of carbohydrates as its primary fuel source.
A jelly donut? Sir, yes, sir!
Once we deprive the body of carbohydrates, it is forced to burn fat to produce things called ketone bodies. Ketone bodies are a type of fuel that the liver produces from stored fat. This process is called ketosis, hence the keto diet. The keto diet requires you to restrict your carbohydrate intake to fewer than 20 to 50 grams of carbohydrates each day. Now remember, one apple contains approximately 25 grams of carbs. In fact, the typical American diet looks like this. The keto diet looks like this. The keto diet has approximately 75 to 85% fat, 10 to 20% protein, and 5% carbohydrates. Notice the large difference in fat and carbohydrate consumption between the typical American diet and the keto diet. So, what do we eat on the keto diet?
I'm just not sure. Why can't you take a guess?
Lots of fat, some protein, and very few carbs. Followers of the keto diet must eat fat with each meal. And remember, not all fat is the same. There are different kinds of fat, both good and bad. Good or healthy unsaturated fats are allowed on the keto diet, such as nuts, seeds, avocados, and olive oil. And that's the stuff that cardiologists like me encourage. But unhealthy saturated fats are also allowed, such as cheese, beef, bacon, butter, and even lard. These are the fats that give cardiologists like me nightmares. Protein is also a part of the diet, but there's no significant discrimination between lean protein and protein high in saturated fats, such as bacon, beef, and pork. So, how about fruits and vegetables? Remember, fruits are rich in carbohydrates. On the keto diet, you can have fruits, but in small portions, usually limited to berries. Vegetables also have carbohydrates, and the keto diet again restricts the amount of vegetables and encourages mostly leafy green vegetables, if any. So why are so many people on the keto diet? Although the keto diet has become all the rage in weight loss recently, it has been around since the 1920s, when it was first used to treat epilepsy in children. The keto diet has become really popular because its claim to fame is rapid weight loss in a relatively short period of time. This diet has made it into pop culture, and many celebrities, including Gwyneth Paltrow, Kourtney Kardashian, and Halle Berry, have discussed using the keto diet.
I swear by the ketogenic diet.
But does it work? The main reason people try the keto diet is for weight loss. There is evidence that the keto diet is effective at promoting faster weight loss than other popular diets, such as the Mediterranean or low-fat diets, in the short term. Interestingly, the initial weight loss is usually from water loss and simply a decrease in caloric consumption. Why? Probably because when we eat proteins and fats, we feel more satiated or full. So overall, we eat less calories. The issue is that this can be a difficult diet to stay on long term. In fact, the evidence for the keto diet for long-term weight loss is limited, and in many cases, the studies have shown that it is not much better than other diets. For weight loss, in the beginning, the keto diet will likely work, but over the long term, it becomes very difficult to sustain. How about some of the medical claims of the keto diet? Two areas where the keto diet is really interesting and effective is in childhood epilepsy and type 2 diabetes. The keto diet has been used for childhood epilepsy for many years and has been proven to be quite effective at reducing the number and severity of seizures in children. For type 2 diabetes and prediabetes, the keto diet can result in dramatic improvement of a person's blood sugar level, and in some cases can even reverse the disease. But like all diets, there can be significant variation between individuals. What other claims have been made about the keto diet? How about cancer? The keto diet is currently being studied for several types of cancers. There is evidence that the keto diet may help in some cancers, but can also cause harm in others. We are waiting for larger studies to be published, so until then, the jury is still out. How about heart disease? My favorite topic. It is hard to recommend the keto diet for the prevention or treatment of heart disease. In fact, a review of 17 studies found that low carbohydrate diets, some of them keto, can be associated with an increase in death and decreased cardiovascular health. There just are no good long-term randomized studies at this time supporting the keto diet for cardiovascular health. So what are the potential downsides to the keto diet? First, the initial phase of the keto diet can be challenging. There are various terms used to describe how it feels to start the keto diet, including keto adaptation and keto flu. Think about it. Your body and brain are used to using glucose, which is a carbohydrate for fuel, but now they are forced to use ketones from fat breakdown. Basically, your body goes through a glucose carbohydrate withdrawal. During this phase, you can feel really bad. Some people describe feeling sick, tired, nauseous, mental cloudiness, and even constipation. It will typically take 1 to 2 weeks for the body to adapt to using fat and not carbohydrates as its main fuel source. Issue number 2 is practicality. In terms of practicality, it becomes really hard to restrict carbohydrates long term. Our environment is loaded with carbs. If you aren't really careful, you can accidentally ingest more carbs that are allowed and come out of the keto diet. Being compliant on the keto diet means a lot of planning ahead and discipline. Going out with friends this weekend? No bread, no pasta, limit the fruits and veggies, and of course, no alcohol. Maybe rent a movie without the popcorn. I myself have tried the keto diet, and although I did experience significant initial weight loss, I felt that it was really tough to limit the carbohydrates to less than 5% of my daily caloric consumption. I felt physically tired and had a hard time exercising vigorously. Also, limiting fruits and vegetables and all the great nutrients and vitamins and fiber that they contain deprives one of a really important component of a balanced, healthy diet. So what is the verdict on the keto diet?
Now let me get this straight.
I love the idea of decreasing our carbohydrates and sugar intake. I think with half of the American population suffering from diabetes and prediabetes, limiting carbohydrates and sugar can be helpful. But my concern is that when we deprive the body of any one food group, many times it leads to failure of sustaining that diet. I vote to decrease carbohydrates, especially the white starchy carbs, and sugar, but to still maintain a balanced, whole food, heavy plant-based diet. Until next time, this is Dr. Dave.